Hi YouTube. Hi YouTube. Hi YouTube. Hi YouTube. Today is story time with Idol. And today is story time is going to be about the time that I got my first charge. So enjoy.
Hollywood go. Go. Hey Hollywood. Hey Hollywood go.
Hi YouTube. My name is Idol. I'm sure you guys know that by the yeah. Anyways, today is Monday, so today is story time. And today's story time is going to be about the time that I got my first charge. And yeah. So this day I was about maybe 13 years old, around 13, 14, and at the time, I was still going through my like coming out stage and everything. That's when I was like acting out and like being like a bad kid. I wouldn't say a bad person, but a bad kid. I was being a bad influence on my friends and all that. So this is when I was like, this is when I like didn't care. Well, I still don't care about what nobody thinks, but this is like when I really didn't care about what anybody said, whether it was good or bad. This is when I only cared about my opinion. I was the only important thing that mattered to me. So I just, that's when all this happened. And so it was around Christmas time, and my sister had pulled me aside. I'm not gonna say no names because it's YouTube and it's viral, and I don't want nobody to, get caught up in this. So, my sister, she pulled me aside and was like, "This boy is touching on me and fondling me." And my sister was like 8 at the time, 8, 9, and I was like I said, 13, 14, and I really like I was like, when she told me, I was really upset. I was pretty upset. I was like, who is he? I was like, what does he look like? So I was upset and really angry, cause at the time my family, we were going through like some things, and I felt like I was the only one there for my sister at the time. So when my sister told me that, I knew like who she was talking about, and she like told me because I ended up going to school with him, playing football with him, all that, and she had told me about this person, and I didn't know where he stayed, but she told me that, and I would say maybe like a few weeks later, it was like 10 o'clock at night, 9, 10 at night, and he was playing basketball, and I was walking with my family, or with my cousins. I wouldn't say like my whole fucking family, but I was walking with like my cousins, my sister, and some more other family members, and my sister pointed him out. My sister was like, "That's him, that's him." I was like, "Oh, for real?" So I ran up and boy, like when I saw him, like I took off. Like y'all don't even understand. Like when I saw him, I couldn't even remember like how this whole thing went. But thank God my family members recorded it and saw everything. Well, not thank God, but they recorded it, and so yeah, that's how I remember. Like I fucked him up. Like so I saw him and I ran up and I punched him one good time in the face, and he like kind of like fell over, and he was like pinned up against the gate, because like I said, we're in like a basketball court, and it was like a gate right there, and he was like pinned up against the fence, and I'm like punching him in the face and kneeing him, and yeah, I still have the video and I still watch it like to this day. This guy was at the time, this guy was like 17, 18 years old, and I was like how did I say, like 13, 14 years old, and I'm like fucking him up, like I'm beating him up like really bad, and like he like when I finished, like I had went home, my knuckles was like ripped up because I wasn't like really aiming. I just knew I was like getting them in the head, and I know like I missed a couple of times, which made me mad because I punched the fence, and it made me mad even more. So I started to take off even more. So, oh yeah, ooh, boy, I whooped his ass. Okay, so after the fight, my family members are all hyped up, hyping me up, like you whooped his ass, you whooped his ass, da 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 da. So after all that, a few weeks went by after my family members then posted the video on Facebook and Instagram and all, well, not Instagram, but Facebook, Twitter, and like putting it out there in like the social media and everything. And then the boy's parents ended up seeing it, and they had ended up calling the cops. So I had went to school. I had went to school one day, and I was in PE. I remember it just like it was yesterday. It was PE, and the counselor had came and got me, and it was like, you have to go to the dean's office. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I do? Because like I said, this was like 2-3 weeks past now. It's like already like gone. I'm like thinking about something. I'm not even thinking about what happened 3 weeks ago. You feel me? Like, so the counselor had came and got me, or I had went to the counselors, and I see these two detectives. One was like really like swole as shit. I felt like I was, you know, about to get suplexed, and I thought that was like the boy's parent, like the boy's dad. And another cop was like really like, he was tall, but he wasn't like really big like the other guy, because the other guy was, he was bald head and light skin. He was pretty good looking, but not my type, because he was like, and I can't date nobody bigger than me. I can't see nobody like that bigger than me. And anyways, I'm taken. I got a whole nigga. So anyways, but yeah, the cop was like really big and stocky, and it was another one who was like really tall. He wasn't like ugly, but he was like one of those nerdy types that wore like the glasses, and he was like really tall. And yeah, so I had went there, and they were like, do you know what's going on? And I'm like, no, not really. I was like, no, I really don't. I was like, why are y'all like, why y'all at my school? And he was so like, he was being the cop, the big stocky guy. He was like really being like for real, like he was being out of line. Like his attitude was just like, no, no, no. He was like, no. So his attitude was like so stank. Like it really was like stank. And so he was like, do you know what you're like in this office for? Do you know why I'm here? I was like, no, I really don't. I was like, why y'all in my school? And why y'all at my school? And he was like, and he pulled out his phone, and he showed me the video. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, yeah. I was like, it's going down. So he charged me with battery assault, and I guess the way he thought that I was beating him up really bad, he charged me with battery assault and attempted murder. I was 13 years old, and it was because of the reason that they dropped the charges. So thank God they dropped the charges. But yeah, that's the story about the time that I got my first charge. And it wasn't like, I was 13, 13 years old with a battery assault charge and an attempted murder charge. Like, I really like, oh boy, like I really fucked him up. But anyways, you guys are watching Choice of Words, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. I can't talk. See, I hope that you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys. See you Friday. Deuces.
Hollywood Code.